So what is defamation? It's communicating to a third party false statements about an individual that damage that individual's reputation. It can be categorized into libel and slander. Libel is a written statement or other visible forms of damaging information about without justification, excuse me. At the same time, slander is spoken is a spoken form of defamatory statements that often leads to the degradation of a person's reputation and sometimes value. Now, when we say value, we mean their financial value. They could lose opportunity, they could lose said jobs, they could lose money. And right here it says defamation constitutes untrue allegations in the media to rude comments on social media. When a person's reputation is damaged by what was said or written about them, they may bring a lawsuit for defamation to defend themselves. The victim of defamation may claim damages against the person or firm that slandered or published the defamatory statement. The court may also order the defamatory materials to be removed from publication. So we see that, you know, false allegations or even rude comments on social media can be considered defamation, so much to the degree that you can be pulled up on charges legally. Let that be a lesson to all of you guys, brothers and sisters, man, woman, and child or children. Watch what you say on social media. That's another thing. Once you put it out there, it's there. They are even using social media to prosecute people. We saw that with some of the charges, some of the cases here in Atlanta with some of these famous, excuse me, some of these famous rappers, right? So you got to watch what you say because you can be now held legally accountable. Why famous people are targeted with defamation lawsuits. Famous people are targeted with defamation lawsuits more than anybody since they are the most visible in society and have the biggest reputation at stake. One of the best examples is the defamatory case of the famous Jack Sparrow of the Pirates of the Caribbean, Johnny Depp, against his ex-wife Amber Heard, right? So, legal consequences of defamation. Defamation is considered a false statement that damages a person's reputation. This is where I'm reading from. A defamed person will likely file a civil lawsuit against the person who made the false statement. A false statement can severely affect people with a high public profile. The law generally states that a person's reputation may be harmed if another person makes a false statement about you that is likely to affect your earnings or your general reputation in society. Your earnings and your general reputation. So it's not even about the money, y'all, right? It's not even about the money. It's about your general reputation. You have no right to slander people. You have no right to speak against people, especially when it's lies. Now, we know it happens, but there can be legal repercussions, right? Now, let's look at the effects. It is important to note that cases are a serious matter. In most cases, damages are awarded to the plaintiff based on the monetary loss they incurred by the false statement. This can range from harm to their reputation to the loss of future job prospects. In addition, lawsuits can harm people who rely on their public image for their livelihood. For example, a false statement about a politician could cause the voting public to boycott their vote for him, or incorrect information about a celebrity musician could lead to declining engagement and ticket sales. In either case, the negative public attention could lead to a seriously unfavorable patch in their career. We're, we're witnessing that with Jonathan Majors. It's happening with him right now as we speak. It can also rip the celebrity's future earnings. A false statement cannot be erased if it is connected to a celebrity's character or attitude. It would hurt him even in the future. His future engagements would always be at stake, especially when a hint about it keeps resurfacing on social media platforms. If the public believes the false statements, they could choose not to support the celebrity. Unfortunately, some people bring lawsuits without gauging the effect it could get on the person or entity they are suing. We see this all the time. This is classic, right? But I think it's important for us to have context of these issues and circumstances that we so readily speak on, that we so readily judge people for, right? Without knowing the true meaning and the definition behind it, because there are real live effects that it has. How can you protect yourself from a defamation suit? Best way to protect yourself from a lawsuit is to be mindful of what you say or publicize. You should refrain from uttering words that do not have a factual basis for the sake of attention. I'm going to say that again. You should refrain from uttering words that do not have a factual basis for the sake of attention. What they're saying in layman's term, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is always lead with logic. Because when you do that, you protect yourself. It's like the lessons. They're blessings that keep you from guessing.